Welcome to Conspiracy Theories and Cover-Ups. I'm your host, Ben Carter. The notion of extraterrestrial life, of beings beyond our terrestrial realm, has captivated our collective imaginations for centuries. The mystery that shrouds these cosmic entities, the questions they inspire, the fear, the intrigue, it's a fascination ingrained in our very being. But what if these extraterrestrial entities are not just figments of our imaginations or the stuff of science fiction? What if they've already made contact? Hidden away in the depths of government archives, buried under layers of secrecy, lies the Omega Files. These are not merely ink on paper, but a testament to the countless encounters with the inexplicable, with beings from realms far beyond our earthly understanding. They are a chronicle of humanity's brush with the alien, the unknown, the otherworldly. Our journey into the Omega Files takes us to the quiet town of Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. It was a typical evening on December 9, 1965, when the serene starlit sky was suddenly marred by a fiery object hurtling towards the Earth. Eyewitnesses recount a brilliant fireball trailing a plume of smoke before crash landing in the woods. The official explanation: a meteor. But those who ventured close to the crash site tell a different tale. They speak of a strange, acorn-shaped object etched with mysterious symbols, not of this world. Despite the government's quick response and stringent efforts to keep the public at bay, whispers of the incident escaped, birthing theories of a UFO crash, akin to the infamous Roswell incident. The Omega Files reveal a detailed account of this encounter, one that was swiftly classified and hidden from public view. They chronicle the rapid response from the military, the swift retrieval of the object, and the subsequent information blackout. The Kecksburg incident, as it came to be known, was just the beginning. A first glimpse into a world where the line between the earthly and the extraterrestrial blurred, where the fantastical became real. As we delve deeper into the Omega Files, we discover more such encounters, documented, investigated, then shrouded in mystery. They are accounts that challenge our understanding of the universe and our place within it. They are narratives that push the boundaries of the known into the realm of the unknown. The truth of these encounters, hidden away in the Omega Files, may never be fully revealed. Yet they serve as a reminder, a testament to the fact that we may not be alone in this vast, unending cosmos. They hint at a reality where the extraterrestrial is not just a possibility, but a reality, one that is continuously interacting with our own. As we continue our exploration of the Omega Files, remember, the universe is vast, and its mysteries are far from being completely unraveled. The 1960s was an era of heightened tensions and uncertainty, both politically and socially. The Cold War was in full swing, a silent battle of ideologies and nuclear brinkmanship between the United States and the Soviet Union. People lived under the shadow of the mushroom cloud, with the threat of nuclear annihilation looming large. The space race, another battleground where the two superpowers vied for supremacy, added a new dimension to the fear and fascination of the unknown. In this volatile climate, the event in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania took place. The sudden appearance of a fiery object in the sky crashing into the woods was bound to trigger widespread fear and speculation. The government's swift response and the subsequent secrecy only fueled the public's suspicion. The official explanation of a meteor crash was largely met with skepticism. Coupled with the eyewitness accounts of a strange, acorn-shaped object etched with mysterious symbols, the event was swiftly framed within the narrative of an unidentified flying object, or UFO, crash. Such incidents were not isolated. The 1960s and 70s saw a surge in reported UFO sightings and encounters. Some attribute this increase to the fascination and fear stirred by the space race. It was a time when humanity was venturing into the final frontier, with both the US and Soviet Union launching missions to explore the moon and beyond. This era also saw the rise of popular science fiction, further stimulating the public imagination about potential extraterrestrial life and advanced civilizations. Despite the increased public interest, the official stance towards UFO sightings remained dismissive, often attributing such incidents to misinterpretations of natural phenomena or man-made objects. Yet the accounts in the Omega Files suggest a different approach behind closed doors. A systematic documentation, investigation, and subsequent classification of these incidents indicate a level of interest and concern that contradicts the public dismissal. The atmosphere of secrecy surrounding these incidents only added to their allure. The lack of verifiable information created a vacuum, which was swiftly filled by speculation, rumor, and theory. The fear of the unknown, amplified by the political climate of the time, often morphed into a fear of the extraterrestrial. Yet for some, these accounts weren't sources of fear, but of wonder and curiosity. They represented a tantalizing glimpse into the vast unknown, a testament to the possibility of life beyond our planet. The Omega Files encapsulate this dichotomy, a world where fear and fascination intertwine, where the unknown is feared yet yearned for, a world that continually pushes the boundaries of our understanding and challenges our place in the universe. Over the years, the Omega Files have become synonymous with two key organizations, Project Blue Book and the Mutual UFO Network, or MUFON. These organizations, with their starkly contrasting approaches, are often seen as the two sides of the same coin when it comes to the investigation of UFO sightings and possible alien encounters. Project Blue Book was a series of studies conducted by the United States Air Force between 1952 and 1969. Its primary purpose was to determine if UFOs posed a threat to national security and to scientifically analyze the data collected. Despite investigating over 12,000 UFO sightings, the project concluded that most sightings were misidentifications of natural phenomena or conventional aircraft. However, a small percentage of cases remained unexplained, only fueling further speculation and intrigue. Contrasting sharply with the official stance of Project Blue Book, the Mutual UFO Network was founded by a group of UFO enthusiasts in 1969 as a response to the termination of Project Blue Book. MUFON's mission was to investigate UFO sightings and collect data in the pursuit of scientific discovery. MUFON was, and continues to be, a civilian network, independent of any government influence or control. They operate on the premise that not all sightings can be easily explained away, and that some may indeed offer evidence of extraterrestrial activity. At the center of these organizations were key figures who played crucial roles in shaping the discourse around UFO sightings and encounters. Major Hector Quintanilla was the last chief officer of Project Blue Book and was known for his skeptical approach towards UFO sightings. He, more than anyone else, was responsible for the official dismissive stance towards UFO phenomena. On the other side of the spectrum was John Schwissler, a former aerospace engineer and one of MUFON's founders. Schwissler was known for his open-minded approach and his belief in the possibility of extraterrestrial life. His dedication to investigating UFO sightings and his commitment to transparency helped MUFON become a globally recognized platform for UFO research. The motives of these organizations and their key figures were often at odds. While Project Blue Book seemed intent on debunking UFO sightings, MUFON sought to validate them. This divergence of views only added to the intrigue and mystery surrounding the Omega Files, ultimately leaving us with more questions than answers. While we may never fully understand the motives behind these organizations, their role in the history of UFO sightings and encounters is undeniable. Their work, documented in the Omega Files, gives us a glimpse into the deep-seated human desire to explore the unknown, to push the boundaries of our understanding, and perhaps to seek companionship in the vast universe that surrounds us. Whether driven by fear, fascination, or both, these organizations and their key figures have left an indelible mark on the history of UFO sightings and possible alien encounters. If the Omega Files were merely the result of divergent views between organizations like Project Blue Book and MUFON, they would be a riveting piece of historical curiosity. But these files also contain a multitude of eyewitness accounts, testimonies, and even leaked government documents that suggest something far more intriguing. One such event occurred on November 2, 1989, in Eupen, Belgium. Two local police officers on a routine patrol reported seeing a triangular object in the sky, displaying bright lights and moving at low altitude. Their report was corroborated by multiple other witnesses across the region. What followed was one of the most well-documented and thoroughly investigated UFO sightings in history, known as the Belgian UFO wave. This event led to a surge in public interest and prompted serious investigation by both national authorities and independent researchers. Then there are the leaks. In 2017, the New York Times published a groundbreaking article revealing the existence of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AATIP, a clandestine Pentagon operation investigating UFO sightings. This disclosure was accompanied by 3 videos showing unexplained aerial phenomena captured by U.S. Navy pilots. These videos, declassified and released by the Pentagon, were a startling validation that the government was taking these sightings seriously. Another crucial event was the Roswell incident of 1947, where a rancher discovered unidentifiable debris in his sheep pasture outside Roswell, New Mexico. Although the U.S. military insisted it was a crashed weather balloon, many believe it was the wreckage of an extraterrestrial spaceship. The incident has since become a benchmark for UFO claims. In 1994, an event known as the Zimbabwe School Encounter took place. 62 school children reported seeing a disc-shaped craft land near their playground. 2 beings reportedly emerged and telepathically communicated a warning about humanity's environmental destruction. Harvard psychiatrist Dr. John Mack interviewed these children, finding their accounts disturbingly consistent. Each of these incidents and revelations, all documented in the Omega Files, have added further complexity to the discourse around UFOs and possible extraterrestrial encounters. They have provided us with tangible traces of the unexplained, hinting at a reality that could be far vaster and stranger than we ever imagined. And while these cases don't bring us definitive proof of extraterrestrial life, they certainly challenge our understanding of what's possible, causing us to question, to doubt, and most importantly, to seek the truth. But with every revelation, every shred of evidence that surfaces, there's always an accompanying shadow of doubt, a lingering question mark. And this uncertainty is often fueled by the very institutions we trust to provide us with answers. Over time, it's become apparent that many governments, corporations, and institutions have been complicit in suppressing the truth about these alien encounters. It's a chilling thought that those in power might be hiding something so monumental to our understanding of the universe. Take the Roswell incident, for instance. Initially, the military reported that they had captured a flying saucer, but within hours they retracted their statement, claiming instead it was a weather balloon. This abrupt about-face and the subsequent lockdown of information raised eyebrows. Skeptics argue that the military's initial statement was the truth and that the weather balloon story was a hurried attempt at damage control. Or consider the curious case of Paul Bennewitz, a businessman who, in the 1980s, claimed to have intercepted electronic communications from alien spacecraft. Bennewitz alleged that he was subsequently targeted by a disinformation campaign spearheaded by the U.S. Air Force Office of Special Investigations, who sought to discredit his findings and paint him as unstable. Bennewitz's story, although tragic, serves as a stark reminder of the lengths institutions may go to maintain control over the narrative. There are also stories of witnesses being silenced or discredited. Many individuals who've come forward with accounts of alien encounters have been subjected to public ridicule or professional consequences. Some have even reported threats or intimidation attempts. This consistent pattern of discrediting witnesses adds another layer of intrigue, suggesting a concerted effort to keep these encounters shrouded in mystery. Then there's Project Blue Book, a series of systematic studies of UFOs conducted by the United States Air Force. It was terminated in 1969, with the conclusion that most of the sightings were misinterpretations of natural phenomena or conventional aircraft. However, many researchers believe that the real purpose of Project Blue Book was not to investigate, but to debunk UFO sightings and quell public interest. The veil of secrecy surrounding these incidents and the alleged manipulation of information by powerful entities spark more questions than answers. But one thing is certain. The truth about these encounters is still out there, and the quest to uncover it continues. Within this shadowy arena of alien encounters and governmental secrecy, certain courageous individuals have emerged, ready to face the risks associated with unveiling hidden truths. These whistleblowers, often coming from within the very institutions that seek to suppress information, have played a crucial role in shedding light on some of the most enigmatic encounters. One such figure is Philip J. Corso, a former United States Army officer who served in the Pentagon's Foreign Technology Desk. In his book, The Day After Roswell, Corso claims that he was tasked with disseminating alien technology retrieved from the Roswell crash to private industry and military contractors. He alleges that innovations such as fiber optics, lasers, and integrated circuits were reverse-engineered from alien technology. Corso's revelations, though met with both fascination and skepticism, have added a new dimension to the discussion around technological advancements and their potential extraterrestrial origins. Another prominent whistleblower is Bob Lazar, a physicist who claims to have worked at a secret facility near Area 51. Lazar alleges that he was hired to reverse-engineer alien spacecraft that the U.S. government had in its possession. His accounts, which include descriptions of anti-gravity propulsion systems and Element 115, a previously unknown element on the periodic table, have been instrumental in fueling public curiosity about Area 51 and its potential involvement in UFO research. These whistleblowers have not come forward without considerable risk. Both Corso and Lazar faced criticism, ridicule, and threats. Lazar, in particular, alleges that his records were erased by the government in an attempt to discredit him, and he has faced legal troubles that some believe are an attempt to silence him. Then there are journalists like Leslie Kean, who have relentlessly pursued the truth about UFOs, despite the topic's controversial nature. Kean, an investigative journalist, has been instrumental in bringing credible UFO encounters to mainstream attention. Her work, however, has not been without challenges. She's faced dismissive colleagues, an often unresponsive government, and the daunting task of sifting fact from fiction in a field fraught with misinformation. While the risks are real, these brave individuals continue to push against the barriers of secrecy, presenting us with tantalizing glimpses into the hidden world of extraterrestrial encounters. Their stories serve as a reminder that the quest for truth is often fraught with resistance, but the potential rewards, unveiling a reality far more expansive than we currently understand, make the struggle worthwhile. Emerging from the shadows of the Cold War, the Freedom of Information Act, enacted in 1966, has been a pivotal tool for those seeking tangible evidence of extraterrestrial encounters. Thousands of declassified documents have been made publicly accessible, giving researchers a treasure trove of information to sift through. These documents, though often heavily redacted, have provided tantalizing hints of the hidden depths of the government's knowledge about UFOs. Take, for instance, Project Blue Book, an Air Force program that investigated UFO sightings from 1952 to 1969. The program's publicly stated conclusion was that the majority of sightings could be easily explained as misinterpretations of natural phenomena or conventional aircraft. However, a significant number, around 700 cases, remained unexplained. These unsolved cases, detailed in the declassified files, feature credible witnesses, including military personnel and commercial pilots, describing encounters that defied conventional explanations. Drawing from another well of declassified files, the Central Intelligence Agency's involvement in UFO research is also notable. Documents reveal the existence of the Robertson Panel, a group of scientists convened by the CIA in 1952 to assess the UFO issue. The panel's conclusions were dismissively skeptical, suggesting that UFOs posed no direct threat to national security, and pushing for a public education campaign to debunk UFO claims. Yet countless CIA documents detailing UFO sightings and investigations suggest an ongoing interest that contradicts the panel's dismissive stance. Perhaps the most compelling declassified document is the so-called Hot Tell Memo. This 1950 FBI document relays a third-party account of alleged recovered flying saucers in New Mexico. The memo describes the saucers as being circular in shape with raised centers, approximately 50 feet in diameter, and even states that bodies were discovered inside the crafts. While the FBI has publicly dismissed the memo as a hoax, it continues to fuel speculation and debate. And then, there's the Twining Memo, a classified document authored by Lieutenant General Nathan F. Twining in 1947. In it, Twining asserts the reality of flying discs and recommends further investigation. This document, declassified in the 1980s, is often cited as a rebuttal to skeptics who claim the government has never taken UFOs seriously. Sifting through these declassified documents, one can't help but be drawn into the mystery. Even with heavy redactions and dismissive official stances, the underlying sense of intrigue persists. The sheer volume of unexplained cases, corroborated by credible witnesses, and the continued interest shown by government agencies all indicate that the story of UFOs is far from closed. It's a labyrinth of secrets and revelations, waiting to be navigated by those brave enough to seek the truth. The revelation of these declassified documents, each a fragment of a larger, elusive puzzle, had a profound impact on society and the media. The public reaction was a complex blend of fascination, skepticism, and at times outright disbelief. Yet despite the varied responses, a common thread remained: an invigorated curiosity about the possibilities of extraterrestrial life and the role of our own governments in concealing or revealing these cosmic mysteries. Media outlets across the globe seized upon these revelations, fueling a resurgence in UFO-related stories, documentaries, and debates. The newly released files were dissected, analyzed, and speculated upon, often with heated exchanges between those advocating for transparency and skeptics dismissing the files as misinterpretations, hoaxes, or even deliberate disinformation. Public trust in government agencies oscillated wildly in the wake of these revelations. For some, the release of these documents represented a positive step towards transparency, an acknowledgement that the public deserved to know about the investigations into UFOs and extraterrestrial life. However, for others, the declassification was a double-edged sword. Yes, information was now accessible, but why had it been hidden for so long? And if such files were concealed, what else was being kept secret? This sparked a wave of skepticism and suspicion, further fueled by the instances of heavy redactions and dismissive official stances in the released documents. Controversy and denial became part and parcel of the narrative. The FBI's public dismissal of the Hotel memo as a hoax was met with fierce backlash from a public hungry for answers. The Twining memo's recommendation for further investigation into flying discs was hailed by UFO enthusiasts, while skeptics questioned its credibility. Simultaneously, the Robertson panel's skeptical conclusions and suggested debunking campaign cast a shadow of doubt over the CIA's involvement in UFO research. The panel's stance seemed at odds with the numerous CIA documents detailing UFO investigations. This incongruity further deepened public suspicion and mistrust. In the end, the release of these declassified documents didn't provide the definitive answers many sought. Instead, it stirred up a whirlwind of questions, controversies, and debates. The labyrinth of secrets and revelations became even more intricate, its winding paths leading not to clear answers, but to further enigmas. The mysteries of the universe seemed even more tantalizingly out of reach, yet the quest for understanding continued, driven by the unquenchable human thirst for knowledge and the truth. The legacy of the Omega Files is as complex and enduring as the mysteries they contain. They continue to shape modern culture, politics, and technology in surprising and profound ways, their influence rippling through the fabric of society. In the realm of culture, the Omega Files have inspired a flourishing of interest and creativity. They've fueled countless books, movies, TV shows, and video games, providing fertile ground for imaginative exploration. They've stimulated a new generation of science fiction, transforming the genre and broadening its appeal. They've inspired artists and writers to turn their talents to the extraterrestrial, to the mysteries of the universe, and to the tantalizing possibilities of first contact. In politics, the Omega Files have become a touchstone for debates about government transparency and the public's right to know. They've triggered calls for greater openness and accountability from government agencies, with advocates arguing that the public deserves to be informed about investigations into phenomena that could have profound implications for our understanding of the universe. In the field of technology, the Omega Files have spurred new avenues of research and innovation. They've excited scientists and engineers with the possibility of advanced extraterrestrial technologies and prompted them to push the boundaries of what's possible. They've inspired a new generation of innovators to dream big and reach for the stars. Yet perhaps the most enduring lesson of the Omega Files is one of humility. They remind us that there are still mysteries in the universe that defy easy explanation, that challenge our assumptions, and that spark our curiosity. They encourage us to keep an open mind, to question, to explore, and to seek the truth, no matter how elusive it may prove. The Omega Files also underscore the importance of skepticism and critical thinking. They caution us against jumping to conclusions and remind us that not all that glitters is gold, or in this case, alien spacecraft. They teach us that the search for truth is a journey, not a destination, and that the most compelling questions often lead to more questions rather than definitive answers. Despite the controversies and debates they've sparked, the Omega Files have left an indelible mark on our society. Their influence continues to reverberate, shaping our culture, politics, and technology in ways we're still coming to understand. They've opened our eyes to the mysteries of the universe and ignited our imaginations, inspiring us to reach for the stars and explore the unknown. The journey they've set us on is far from over, and the lessons they've taught us remain as relevant today as they were when the files were first declassified. As we draw the curtain on the Omega Files and the myriad tales of declassified alien encounters, it is impossible to ignore the profound impact they've had on the collective consciousness. They have pushed the boundaries of our understanding, inviting us to consider possibilities beyond our terrestrial confines, ultimately challenging the very nature of our reality. The Omega Files have become a testament to the human spirit, our insatiable curiosity, our relentless quest for answers, and our courage to confront the inexplicable. Yet they also serve as a poignant reminder of our place in the universe, a tiny speck in the cosmic tapestry, teetering on the precipice of the known and the unknown. In this pursuit of understanding, the files have fostered a culture of open-minded inquiry and skepticism, a delicate balance that is vital in exploring phenomena that lie at the fringes of our comprehension. They have forced us to question, to challenge, to seek, and to wonder, emphasizing the importance of retaining a critical eye even while delving into the realms of the extraordinary. Indeed, the Omega Files have triggered a seismic shift in our collective perception of the universe and our place within it. They have thrust us into uncharted territories, shifting paradigms, and sparking debates that continue to reverberate through the corridors of power, classrooms, and coffee shops. They have ignited a curiosity that refuses to be quelled, a yearning for answers that continues to drive us forward. Yet, for all the revelations the Omega Files have unveiled, they leave us with a tantalizing sense of unease. The lingering doubt, the unanswered questions, the cryptic clues, they are the threads that keep the narrative alive, continuously weaving a complex tapestry of secrecy, mystery, and intrigue. In the grand scheme of things, the Omega Files are but a prologue, an opening act to a saga that is still being written. They have set the stage, illuminating a path into the unknown, a journey that promises to be as fascinating as it is unpredictable. The truth, as they say, is out there. The Omega Files have shown us a glimpse of it, a hint of what lies beyond the veil, a beacon in the vast cosmic darkness, urging us to push forward, to explore, to seek, and ultimately, to understand. In the end, the Omega Files compel us to confront the essence of who we are as a species, our place in the cosmos, and the profound mystery that is life itself. They serve as a stark reminder that we are but voyagers on this cosmic journey, sailing on a sea of stars towards an horizon that continuously recedes, revealing deeper layers of the enigma that is the universe. The Omega Files, in their enigmatic and elusive nature, are a testament to the journey, not the destination, and the enduring allure of the unknown. Thanks for listening. This has been Conspiracy Theories and Cover-Ups. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.